Rumaiym, Romans chapter 9, sign name Romans. I am speaking the truth through the Mashiach. I am not lying, as my conscience bears witness with me in the set-apart spirit. At times I have great sorrow and pain in my heart, because I wish that I could do whatever it takes in the Mashiach to get through to my flesh and blood relatives about the truth. They are Yerushalayim, Alua's adopted children, to whom he gave esteem, the covenants, the law, and the privilege of serving him. The promises started with them. The ancestors of the Yahudim are theirs, and the Mashiach descended from those ancestors. He is the one who rules over all things, who is Alua, and his Baruch forever. Alleluia. Now, it is not as though the word of Alua failed. This is because not all who are descended from Yisrael are part of Yisrael. Not all of Abraham's seed are called Abraham's descendants. Instead, it is written, your descendants will be named through Yereshak. That means it isn't the natural children who are Eloh's children, but it is the children from the promise who are considered the real descendants. The words in the promise said, a year from now I will return, and Sarah shall have a son. Not only that, but Rebekah also conceived children with one man, our ancestor, Yereshak, before they were ever born or had done anything good or bad. It was shown that the purpose of Alua would continue because of what he had decided. It was also said to her, the other child shall serve the younger child, as it is written, I have loved Yaakov, but I hated Ashu. What shall we say then? Is Alua being unfair? Absolutely not. He said to Masha, I will show favor to whom I show favor, and I will have compassion on whom I choose to have compassion. So then, things do not necessarily depend on a person's desire or effort. It depends entirely on Alua, who chooses when he will show favor. As it is written in the scriptures about Parah, son named Pharaoh, for this reason I have put you in this position, so that I can show my power to you, and so my name will be spread throughout the entire world. So then, Alua shows favor to whoever he wants to, but he also makes certain people resistant when he wants to. So, you may ask me, why does Alua still find fault in his people? Who can resist his will? Yet, who are you to talk back to Alua? You are only a human being. Does the clay say to the potter, why did you make me like this? Does the potter have power over the clay to make one pot for special purposes and another pot for hardly anything of value? What if Alua decided to tolerate the pots that he had made, which chose destruction because he wanted to show his wrath and make his power known at the time he chooses? What if he did this to make the riches of his esteem known towards the pots that were made for favor, which he prepared in advance for esteem? We are the ones that Alua has called. We do not only come from Yahudim, we also come from the Goyim. As it says in the book of Ahusha, I will call my people those who are not my people, and the one who is not well loved I will call loved one. In another place it is written, you are not my people, but in that very place you shall be called the children of the living Alua. Yeshayahu cried out concerning Yisrael and said, "Even though the number of the children of Yisrael is like the sand of the sea, only a remnant will be saved." The master quickly executed his word, as he warned he would do to the earth. And Yeshayahu also said, "If the master of Sabaoth had not spared some of our descendants, we would all have been destroyed like Saddam and Amara." What does all of this mean? It means that the Goyim, who were not trying to be righteous, ended up having the opportunity to become righteous if they have acceptable faith. Acceptable faith. Not faith that was feigned. Not faith that was in words only. But faith that was in word and deed. Faith that enabled them and empowered them and compelled them to walk in faith, obedience, the commandments, and the spiritual part of the Torah that's still in effect. The things, to walk in the things of the Spirit. Having acceptable faith. 31. It also means that many of those from Yisrael ended up not being acceptable and righteous to Alua because they were trying to obey the old covenant law that they wouldn't and couldn't keep. And why not? Because they were trying to be made righteous through the old covenant law and not by faith in Yahuwah, Mashiach. They have now been tripped by a stumbling block. You must believe that He is. You must believe in Yahuwah, Mashiach, and walk in the faith, obedience, the commandments, and the Torah. The things of the Spirit, to be Spirit-minded, to where there is no condemnation. Verse 33, as it is written, "Look, I am putting a stumbling block in Zion, which is a rock that offends them. But anyone who has faith in Him will not be put to shame." Hallelujah. Yahweh. As it says in Ephesians, sign named Apasiim 8 through 10. You have been saved by faith through great compassion. This salvation is not your own doing. It is a gift from Alua. The gift is not earned through your works alone to prevent anyone from boasting. We are Alua's masterpiece, created in Yahuwah Mashiach to do the mighty works, to walk in the way preordained for us, which Alua designed a long time ago. To have faith and works, to walk in faith obedience, so that this would be the way we live our lives. Hallelujah. The truth of scriptures, the pure word of Alua.